Welcome back to Blue Exorcist Anime Review, episode number 30. We are here reviewing, technically in a way, the fourth episode of the season, the Beyond the Snow Saga, which is also the 53rd episode of the series, Goodbye to You, which adapts from the manga for the series. Pages 21 to 35 of chapter 76, the entirety of chapter 77, and the first 19 pages of chapter 78. Originally, the thing on here that it said was like 17, but I actually read from the Weekly Shonen Jump app and see that, yeah, they went to page 19, not 17. So, we start off with a flashback. Yes, of how Shira met Rin's adoptive father. Where, actually got the backstory basically, where she was training with him. It's like, oh, you have to basically find a guy to give me a child to continue this little line. Then you see her where she like breaks away, where she is like battling, like basically being a thief and killing some chickens. And then Rin's adoptive father shows up with a freaking bazooka and fires a hedgerow, and somehow Shira, who is like roughly 10 years old, falls madly in love with him. I should point out this guy is like pushing 40, and like how old was he before he passed away? He was 51 when he passed, so this is a little younger guy. I'd say he's probably late 30s when he first met her. Yes. Now, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll have this guy give me a child, and he's like, sure, no problem, and they leave, and he's like, how am I explains, of course, like, you're gonna live together, and I'm like, I'm glad the fact that he's written to me where like, yeah, this is a little girl. I am not going to do anything to her. I'll probably take care of her, but I'm not going to give her a child. Well, she's way too young for that. So then we jump ahead to the present day where Shira is waking up at a temple. Yes, a temple. With Hachishiro there. And it's like, oh yeah, you feel like you made a child. Look like he's about to do something. And then Ren and Shira show up. Ren and Yuki show up. Of course, Ren gets pushed away by the arm. And then, of course, Hachishiro uses hypnotism to have Shira. And he's like, ooh, a human. Shira, have sex with him. Give me a child. And, and I'm thinking, like, okay, now Shira is like 27. Yuki is 17. 10-year age difference. So she gets right on top of him. And it seems like she's going to basically take off his pants. But look at Ren basically shows back up. And of course it's very awkward. Of course she apologizes. And they fight for a bit. And of course Yuki tells Ren to take care of Shira. And he arranges a deal with Hachishiro. He's like, keep the age limit with her. And give me all the rest of the power. And I'll give you a child. And he's like, are you sure about this? Yep. So then we have what appears to look like technical hentai, where they proceed to open up Shira's top, remove the little tattoo thing she's had since her debut. Then Shira proceeds to cut open the front of Yuki's shirt and do the same thing to him. And it seems like he's about halfway through that. But before this, he shot Ren like 6 times, and of course he was like, "Oh yeah, this will take 20 minutes for him to heal." And of course, basically, just knock out stuff. He'd be on for like a minute or two. And it fries him, and of course, Yuki kind of beats him up for basically shooting him. And the Hacho shows back up again, takes Shira. And of course, stuff goes really bad. And then, like, oh, he gets knocked down, and all of a sudden, Shimmy shows up. Yes. Excuse me. The pink hair guy who's double agent. Yeah, he's here for night training. And they're helping out. Of course, they explain the whole thing with Hachishiro and the fact Shira's with them. And, of course, Ren gets knocked out again in hilarious fashion. And then, of course, Shira's like, hey, why don't we just basically sleep together at the bottom of the lake? And he's like, sure, no problem. And then the episode ends with you have him going right through a freaking forest and then hop right and basically just drop right into his like end of the episode. Gotta admit, this of course basically shares like has like she doesn't know what to live for anymore, and she's like very suicidal here, but great animation here. This episode was really good. And we're getting very close to wrapping up what is the story of the season, Beyond the Snow Saga, which is kind of a short arc. If you think about it, because after like 55, which is basically Awakening, which is the end of this story arc. Yeah, it is the end of the story arc. Think of like 55 is like the epilogue to this damn thing, and how would I figure that? Well, because of course apparently like 80 is like mostly covered in like As Big for Tears, which is the 5th episode of the season, which is not the next episode by the way. Actually, that is the very next episode. So basically, we have just roughly 2 more episodes left to go for this arc, and then we have The Variant Leaves, which begins the Blue Knight investigation arc. Which this arc, if you're let's see. I don't think it's that one, is it? It's not that one. Yep, it looks like that 55 definitely inclusion for this one, though it all starts at Blue Knight Investigation arc. That's 19 chapters. So, currently as of right now, we're on the Of One Cloth arc. That's 31 chapters, like basically like 33 chapters right now. Those who might be asking, what is the longest arc that's aired for this whole series in terms of manga and chapters? Well, the first arc of the series, Exorcist enrollment exam, Exorcist cram school enrollment. This is roughly like, in the manga, this was 7 chapters. In the anime, this took up 9 episodes. Well, that's because apparently they decided to, for some strange reason, just split the chapter in half for some reason. I'm not sure why, but they did. The successor arc is one Exorcist canon exam, which I discussed already in the first season of the show. Basically, both the chapters and the episodes, same amount, 8 chapters, 8 apiece. They do have the anime exclusive episodes, which I'm not really a big fan of those because they were a bit confusing due to the fact that, well, the best way to describe these episodes is that they kept changing their mind in the episode, and I didn't really care for it. The Emperor King, which was the 2 seasons for this one, the last one to air. In the manga, this was 19 chapters. In the anime, this was 12. And this actually references the previous arc of the series. Tear the Kraken, for some reason, they adapted for like a single episode of the series. Yeah, they adapted this 3-part story arc in like episode 11. Not sure why, but they did. Then when they brought the anime back earlier this year, they started with the Academy 7 Wonders arc, which the manga, it was 4 chapters. Yep, 4 chapters. In the anime, the manga, it was 12 chapters, the anime was 4. You're probably thinking 3 chapters an episode. That's basically what they did there. And the previous arc of the season, which was arc of the season, that one, that was the Shimi Illuminati. This is basically all about Imiko. This actually was a really good story that last season. And this was 15 chapters in the manga, while the anime was 7 episodes. Yep. This arc is going to officially wrap up with episode 55, which will start Blue Investigation. Yep. That is 19 chapters. Yes, believe it or not, it's 19 chapters. Yeah, that, in case you're curious though, Blue Investigation, which starts the very next episode, that's the third and most recent arc of the manga. And I'm thinking that this arc will end this season. And they might wait a while before they do a season 5 for the show. Because right now, technically, we're on season 4. Yes. Blue, I remember, so I kind of discussed this in my other episodes. This arc is 21 chapters, which I think at the time was probably like the longest arc of the whole series. But if you want to think what's the current longest arc, it's of one cloth. This is 31 chapters. Yep, 31. So, the whole thing of like End of the Snow Saga, that actually comes from it's a saga of basically this one and the Blue Knight Investigation. So I'm thinking that we're probably going to start adapting this with the episode 55, which is in just 2 episodes. And my guess is that starting episode 56, which I love the teaser image of this one. It looks like the whole gate opening thing. Reminds me a lot of what inspired this anime, which was The Exorcist. And then we have Harry Xmas Birthday. And this one, is not from this arc. Yeah, the whole Xmas thing, the name for that one, the reason why for that, it's because Ren and Yuki celebrate the birthday and Christmas because they don't know exactly what the birthday is, so it's celebrate Christmas Day. Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much it, particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do the dislike button. Next up is going to be, the only anime I'll discuss for today, and that is The 7 Deadly Sins, The 4 Nights Apocalypse. After that, I'm caught up, which is good. I can focus on something else until Thursday. Thursday is Thanksgiving, obviously. But I'm going to try that day to work on Is It Wrong? Type of Girls Hunt. I'm going to try to get that done. And then basically with Saturday, it won't be heavy like it was this past weekend. Basically, we'll have like a whole lot of stuff this weekend. Especially since basically Case Closed taking a week off, which, good. Don't know about the air stuff, but I think everything else should go from no problem this weekend. Okay. Next video. Bye.